This is the unboxing video for Warhammer Quest Cursed City. Haha! That is the right way up, isn't it? Yes. So, they have stopped making the Blackstone Fortress, which was the previous Warhammer Quest, and now they've done a fancy version. Ooh. Last time did one of these was Silver Tower, I believe. Yes, that was kind of like got done, then it got forgotten about because they wrote themselves into a corner of that one. But so this one is, as they say, a heroic quest in the doomed city of Ulfenkhan, which is somewhere up north. So they're going for a bit of the Russian accent with the Ulfen kind. So, start off straight away because we've got the cellophane on this. I also have a second camera set up, so I can actually show you close-ups of the models and books and details and bits that comes in it. Yes. So they've got this retailing at £125, which we obviously do a discount on Games Workshop, so it ends up cheaper for us. Then it comes in. I think we do a 10% discount, 15% if you pre-order and pay up front for most orders. So what's that work out? Work out about around about the £110 mark, somewhere around there, average. So that's the dog. I have a dog, so he knows how to open the door. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to close it, but if you hear any weird barking noises, that's probably the dog. Well, I'd say weird barking noise. It's a normal dog bark noise. No. Hello, mister. Hey. So, start off, I do love the artwork on this box. It's obvious to see why. And this one is based around vampires, which is also why there's quite a lot of red on it. So, on the back, we have your generic everyday, this is what you get in the box. It shows a nice little display there. So, if we put that there, so that there is quite nice artwork with the main heroes on there. Then you got the main bad guy right there. Obviously the camera's going down that way, so you will see me looking up towards the sky. Alright, Coach.
He's getting his screen time.
And you just got a cat behind me as well, so we like our pets. So try and lift the lid off this one.
The box started.
So we start off then, there's nothing on that side, but you can tell it's where it's been quite well packed, considering you've got the marks on the inside of the box there. And that's mainly because the first thing you get to is, stay there, good box lid, is the models. So let's see what we've got there. We have got a sprue with the dwarf hero and the ogre hero on there. That's that one. So we've got a sprue for that. We have a sprue, I'm assuming as this is a pale colour, kind of like a bone wraith. This is the other set of heroes on there. Yeah, that's all the other ones on there. There was actually something brought to my attention, or not to something I saw on the community pages, which is quite amusing for this, is on the sprue that has the dwarf on it, someone's noticed the actual position of the dwarf's mouth there. So if I bring him in there, he does a little oh expression. So I'll show that to Lou as well. That's the dwarf there.
That's cool.
Nice little oh my god look. Then we have a separate sprue that looks like it's for the main big guy. I've completely forgotten his name. Something Russian-ish sounding. So that's the main big bad guy there. And these are all push fit. Every single model is push fit.
So no glue.
Yes, so that does mean no glue required. Although, in my experience of dealing with push fit models, they do have a tendency of where you've got the bit it goes into, but then the actual stick-in bit, connector, they do make it quite a tight fit, and it means you do end up with a nice gap line around the fits. So if you're going to put these together and not use glue, what I would suggest is clipping down the bit that goes in. I don't know if there's a word for it, there probably is. But if you clip the end off,
Shave the plug down.
yeah. Trim the plug down, then it'll be a nice, easy fit, and it will meet smoothly, and you won't get those annoying gap lines you do get in some push fit models. So I've had that. What?
That's the plug. That's the socket.
Plug and socket.
I assume.
That's be an easy way of saying it, wouldn't it? Plug and socket, yeah. See, this is why I have Lou here, because I'm not good with words.
I'm not good with words either.
Yeah. So the next big plastic sprue we get is another big double whammy there. That is all of the main bad guys. The main mini bosses, lieutenants and all that you get from. And it's amazing. Well, it's not amazing, it's the kind of quality you expect with Games Workshop at the moment, with the detail on the models being quite good. So I do enjoy that. Hopefully, yeah, they're all push fits as well, obviously, so don't seem like they come in many parts. Nothing too flimsy either, because every now and then you'll get a model from Games Workshop and they'll do something like a push fit, and there'll be that one singular bit that'll be quite flimsy to break when you try and push it on. But it looks like they've not done it with this one, so that'd be quite good. They do have a vampire head as well, that's a push fit in. So that one might be a bit tricky, but it should all fit in quite nicely. That's that one. So the next one we have, actually put that sideways. Next one we've got is, looks like you got your minions, your lackeys. So there will be your bat swarms, your rats, skeleton warriors, and I think there should be some zombies on there as well. Yep, zombies on here as well. And, oh, there is, I think I just found my favourite model in this already. Yeah, he's going to be favourite there. So, this model is a little guy, and he's a little winged demon that's holding a little chest. May not look like much, but
I know which one you mean.
the reason why I like this is, we'll turn him round, is because of his gluteus maximus. Check out that butt. Ain't that just the cutest little butt ever? It's also a bit worrying how much detail Games Workshop sculptors put into these models. Makes one wonder where they see some of these butts from. But then the next sprue looks like a repeat of the other one. Is it? Let's have a look. Oh, we've got another butt demon. So where's that? So easiest way to start if it matches up. Put you there. Line you up there. And that is a exact match. So you can see there's that match. So that means you get 1, 2, 3, 4 individual sprues and then 2 identical sprues, which isn't too bad considering the identical ones are the minions and the generic ones, so they do right in making them in duplicates. Also means once you build one sprue, it'll be easier to make the second. So that's quite good, I like that. So put you all there. Do. Oh. So next we've got a black bit of card that actually has something on the back of it. Oh bless. A little bit of a blood artwork there. So I suppose that'd be quite good if you wanted a nice little photo opportunity with your models once all painted. Just put them up against that background. Be quite nice. I suppose a nice divide as well, so the other bits will not get damaged whilst they're in here. So, next. Bag of bases. Slotted, different sizes. Brilliant. Value of 32, so they'll be your hero bases. Needed bases. And what's that, 40-50mm base? One big base. Hexels, Games Workshop. Yeah. Ooh. So with that we get our next will be the dice packs. So these will be the dice you need for the games, obviously. There should be all you need there. So quite a lot there. You got your red dice, cream dice, and light blue, grey dice. They're used for attacks. You got a 12-sided dice. That'd be for your destiny. No, quest dice. Sorry. Destiny dice are black. Then you got quite a few white dice. They're for your activation markers. Yeah, activations, 3 heroes. And that should be enough for 4 players. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that's quite good. So we've actually put the right amount of dice in, which is always good and fun. We've got a pack for, let's see, all the cards you'll need. I'm assuming these are also your character cards. Radikar. See, that's the main bad guy, Radikar. So he's the head vampire known as the Wolf, which also says the Wolf. So that's quite good. Yeah. Unfortunately, they've kind of packed this in that much that
Bag split.
Yeah, bag split, and it's split along the seam. So bless them, they do try and proper cram their stuff in, don't they? So hopefully so that. Next, what do we have here? Going for the E-bits, we have. This is a little flyer about the novel that they're doing with Curse City. So this is to go along with, obviously, this box set, and not too sure what it covers, but I'm assuming it'll probably be a little bit of backstory to the entire setting of this and how it comes about. But failing that, it takes in what's happening at the moment. So that's quite a nice incentive there. Instructions. that's not all of your instructions. That's just one for the dwarf. So he's on his own, bless him. So that must mean there's obviously instructions to the others. Oh, books. That's quite a nice thickness to that as well. There's a couple in there, so let's have a look. Where's that knife gone? Ooh, tea. This is the other great thing about doing home videos as well. One, it's not in the last Bastion cup, it's in a bigger cup. Yay, because it's a daddy cup. And it's English breakfast tea, not Yorkshire tea. Yeah. No, I can say that because I'm not northern, so I don't drink Yorkshire.
I might be northern, but I don't drink Yorkshire tea. It's foul.
Yes. But there you go. So nice and careful. Yeah. So what we got? So pull that off. Put them outside so I don't disturb the cat. So first one we got is Warhammer Quest, Curse City. Read this first. Rulebook. So guess what you need to read first then? The rulebook. So we'll slide that over there. So we've got nice little artwork. I'm assuming the wolf's part of the, well, symbolises the bad guy and that symbolises the good, doesn't it? I guess. So let's see. Contents. Nice. Introduction, components, hero models, hostile models, combat tutorials, getting ready to play. Turn. Hostile group activations. Journey's end as well, and journey types. Reference on page 40. Ooh, that'd be. Oh, that's handy. So that will be quite handy when playing a game. So it means you don't really have to flick through the rulebook constantly. You just look on the back for your rough guide. Assuming when you do start playing this, it might be like Blackstone Fortress. So hopefully you've got the same mechanics there. I'm not too sure. I've not played it. Should have done, and not got around to it. But then, otherwise, yes.
Bend the book.
Don't what? Don't bend the book.
Don't bend the book.
Well, oh, you say that. I will say this. Although I've bent the book, the pages do seem a little bit on the thin side. So, what I do suggest is probably be careful when you do open it, because chances are it's probably quite likely to tear either down the bottom or down the top when you open this. So yeah, tells you all we got there. Now I have already opened one of these copies because I've got myself one, and I have actually gone through this rule book already in preparation for today. I'm quite prepared. Although I've forgotten everything, but I haven't really. And I have been reading through the tutorial and the actual rules. And I have noticed the hardest thing about this rulebook is the pronunciation of some of the words. I will not lie, some of them is a little bit tricky. For example, there's one question that really got me going this. And it was Galavio van Alten's the third weapon, and he's got a ranged weapon, and it's called a nobilis. So I'll zoom in on the actual text there. Nobilis, nobilis. Tricky words, some of these. That's the hardest thing about this book. Otherwise, everything else, rules-wise, how to play, it's very easy to follow. It's no big words, no trickies. Oh, you need to do this and do that, but only if you can do this to meet that criteria. And as it goes to other rules, it also explains it again, so there's no misinterpretation. It is what it is. Because unfortunately, with some other games, some people like to just read certain paragraphs and interpret rules how they want, rather than read the entire lot. But otherwise, this should be a nice, easy game to pick up. Everything is nicely explained and laid out. They do nice examples, because here, got example of the playing area. It's got everything labelled and tells what everything is. Then nice bit to do the missions, journey types, to prepare you for the quest book that comes next. So, next will be the quest book. Get a nice bit of space. So, the quest book next. Wow, this is a lot thicker. So yeah, so that was 40 pages, the rule book. Half that being the contents of what you get in it, and examples of how to play. So in this Curse City quest book, Orphan Khan in Peril. It starts off with a nice little. Obviously, it starts with the contents. I do lie, but no. Then it starts with a nice letter from one of the heroes you get to play, which is Jelson Daruk, and it's just a nice little one of him explaining what's going off and requesting help. Next is a little bit backstory and history about where you actually are and what's going off. And quite a lot of the artwork in here is kind of your dark colours and your reds, as you can see there. And there is a little hint in here as to why Radakar and his men have been so much of a pain in this. Because for some reason, whenever you kill them, they come back. But how? And there's a little tidbit in here as to how they manage it. But then you've got little bios on Radakar and then his main lieutenants. And then a little bit about the general mobs you come up against. Got a nice little map on there as well to show you the area that you're playing in. And so, as you can see, right there, it's an actual quite large city. It's a lot bigger than what I initially thought you would be playing in. I didn't think they would have a city design that big. And then all these symbols are just various locations, to which my favourite one is this one. It's known as the Clot, which is basically a canal plugged by dried gore, home to many carrion horrors. So yeah, literally a canal that's got blocked by blood and guts.
Every woman's dream.
A bad period, that is. So that was Raven the cat just going past the camera there. Then they go on to the heroes, to which some people might go, oh, why didn't you do the heroes first? Because villains are better. Maybe, don't know, find out. So we've got Imelda Braskov and Jelson Daruk, which is the guy that's said, kind of need help, it's a dire situation. We're going to use the people that are already in the town to try and sort stuff out. And we've got the other guys as well. So 8 heroes in total. All with the different quirks, different abilities, as you would get with most of these games. And then it starts off with, straight away, Orphan Khan in Peril. And the journeys that you do. There's 4 different types, and of each bit they've got in here as well. There's, as you can see, you got your hunt journeys, and it's got the different types of hunts you can do, and quite importantly, they've also got a crises table, and that is because throughout your quests you'll end up coming across little instances where your hero can get to do something, and it will sway what happens later on. And they've got a lot of these, so not only do you have...
Are you sure it's not said crisis?
Crisis, C-R-I-S-E-S, I think it's crisis, but the spelling just doesn't look right, because crisis is C-R-I-S-I-S.
Yeah. So yeah, it could be crises then.
Yeah.
Alright, carry on. Sorry.
No, it's alright. It's something I've been thinking about for quite a while when I see a word I don't see very often. It's like, how do you pronounce it? Doesn't help, I'm terrible at pronouncing
it's the interpretation of lots of crises.
And so, example, you've got 4 different types of missions, and in those you get little different places to do them. So, although I did get to just, I will sort of change that. Map layouts. With these, as you can see here, they actually show you how to lay out your maps as well. So it's very handy that you're not just going, I'm not too sure which way to do it, and they've got lots of different ways of doing it. There is one type where it's you build it yourself step by step, but with the crises, it turns out there are 161 different crises.
It's a good job I like to read.
Isn't it just? And for example, what these are like, it's got well, I won't do that one because that was just a very short sentence, doesn't do anything, so I do apologise for that one. We've got go for now just to show you an example what's going off. A sympathiser of Radikar's crushing rule lies bleeding in a gutter. They claim to have been forced to serve the wolf against their will. The acting hero must choose to bind their wounds or let them die. If they choose to bind their wounds, turn to entry 146 on page 42. If they choose to let them die, turn to entry 124 on page 40. It's very reminiscent of the old adventure books you used to get, where it's always at the bottom of the page. If you turn left, turn to this page. If you turn right, turn to that page. It's very reminiscent of that aspect, which I kind of like. And then, depending which one you choose, you get a different ward or something nasty happens. That's generally how these things work, but I won't spoil the surprise. Then after those, after the crises, it's got a couple of other different types of missions. Fail the Guardian, Shuffling Horrors. Yes, I'm just going through these quickly. And you've got these with this as well. It's also got a reference on the back as well. This is for how you actually activate the crisis. And then generally what we get at the end of these is an inspiration point, so it's got a little key there as well.
Handy.
And it shows you basic hero actions as well. So it's always good to have both books, which you can have anyway, but kept on the back page, so literally it covers everything you need basic wise to play. So you shouldn't really have to flick through the book too much, because some rules, well, some games can have you constantly flicking through books, like the old Warhammer Fantasy.
For the basic people.
Yeah. Good you saying that actually, because from Age of Sigmar, they have, in a sense, dumbed down rules quite a bit to make things a lot more simpler. Can't interpret the wrong way, and for new players. This is a prime example. The way they've made this, the way they've laid it out, you will be able to play this being a novice, or just getting into it. And for the price it is and the amount you get in it,
worth it.
Definitely worth it. I know it's still a lot to play, but it's worth it. You can play your mates. You don't need a huge army. It will give you hours of enjoyment, considering it says on the box
2 to 4 players?
2 to 4 players. Ages 12 and upwards, and play can take between 2 and 3 hours. To which any gamer knows that's just a rough estimate. That's when you get good at it. Yeah, the first couple of games you play will take longer because you're new to it. It's going to happen. Let's be honest. So that is the quest book, which is going to be very fun to go through. Then what we've got next? Ooh, got a nice little envelope. Nice little bit of artwork on there. Whatever could this be? There's an actual bit written on the back as well. So, on the back we have got Orphan Khan in Peril envelope. Do not open until the final assault decapitation journey has been completed.
So basically you don't open it until you've completed that.
Yeah, this is an end game bit of material. Once you've completed it, there could be a little reward or something in there. Whatever could it be? I know. I love these funny things. So this does not get opened until you finish the game. I know I opened it. I've not finished the game. I'm sorry. But
You did ask permission and I granted it.
yeah, so it's your fault. So I will say this. Definitely worth waiting. It'll make the end experience really good. So put that to one side. Next we've got Raw Scrolls. Now, instructions on how to build. Now, with Games Workshop and quite a few of the Age of Sigmar games and other mini games that are based in the Age of Sigmar realm, for instance Underworlds, they release War Scrolls so you can incorporate those models into Age of Sigmar. To which they've done it with this as well. So not only can you play Warhammer Quest, City in... No, it's Doom City or something, isn't it? Cursed City. Damn it. Cursed City. Just as it is, you can also take these models into your Age of Sigmar battles. And then you'll have all of the War Scrolls and details for them, obviously. And then Pitched Battle Pro. Ooh, lovely artwork in the middle there. That's the front cover again of the box. And then you got Pitched Battle Profiles on the back and points costume. Now, some of these will have good profiles of them, some are bad, but it's generally how it works. You get some good, some bad. Generally, most of these are quite good though. Can you come out? It's either that or I drop this on your head, Raven.
Oh, bless her. There we go.
There we are. So, War Scrolls. What do we have next? We have the instructions, as we were saying. So, no glue required. Read this first. Before assembling your miniatures, please read through the instructions in this booklet carefully and retain them for future reference. I have never known, yes I do actually myself, I've never known anyone to keep the instructions once they built their models, but yes I do. So that's kicking the teeth out for myself, wasn't it? Oh, that's quite handy. So, it's probably the first time I've seen this, they've actually got a diagram for the bases. So you put your base up against the diagram, it tells you what size it is, rather than just going, use this size and use a tape measure. So I'm quite happy they've got that on there, because they didn't used to in some instruction books. Then that's new as well. Once the model's actually built, it's actually got the painted version on there as well. So if you're wanting to actually paint the models like they are on the box, this could be a nice handy way of actually getting them painted. Failing that, you can pop over to Games Workshop, as they've got painting tutorial videos for these, and we'll also be doing painting tutorial videos for these, considering we're going to do. Obviously they won't be to this high quality standard because I'll be painting, but it's for tabletop ready standard. So nice, easy instructions. Got no problems with how they go together. As I was saying with the pin and plugs, make sure you chop down the pin just a little bit, just to make sure it fits better and tighter. Ooh, quite nice that as well. I think the only problem you could possibly run into with these is every now and then Games Workshop will release instructions and one of the numbered parts won't actually coincide with the part it actually is. For example, here it's got D7. Chances are you look on the sprue, it won't actually be D7, it'll be like D6, but it's few and far between that happens. And yeah, no problems, nice easy instructions. Hopefully it won't take too long to build all 60 models. Might take longer to paint them. And next we come to the boards, which I can't get out. Oh my god, that's a lot. No surprise. So, boards and tokens, counters, and everything else. So, as you can see, that's quite nice and details on the board here. Very nice. And I believe as well that's the counter side there and the various other bits. If I'm right as well, these boards are double-sided because it makes things a lot easier doing that way. Otherwise you'll have twice as many boards. I've got to be careful to make sure I don't cut the actual board itself. Come on. Where's the dog?
Outside.
He's still outside, is he?
Yeah, I sent him outside with his trap stick.
There we go. Hopefully they will do with this what they've done with Blackstone Fortress and released expansions. Judging by how the story all lays out, they can easily add to the story. So, come on. Yeah. No, I should have had a bit more there. No. I think we got it. No. Defeated by polystyrene. Polythene, whatever it is. There. Thankfully, all these are labelled up in the little corner down there. So it'll be easy to actually check if you have enough. So there should be 5 boards in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely jubbly. And so we're saying that's one side, flip it over. And then you've got another design there. And these are simply punch out ones. And to show you how simply they are punch out ones. Sorry, that's keep it there.
A bit.
So yeah, and as you can see, damage free. I don't suggest doing that on all those, that's just proving a point. But yeah, so punch out cardboards, quite sturdy as well there. As you can see as well, they've all got squares on these. So just in case you're wondering how the models move, it's not by inches, it's by spaces or square spaces. To which, if you played Blackstone Fortress, this would be a common thing for you if you played Hero Quest or any other Warhammer Quest game. It's box standard method. Can't fit that back in. No, yes, we can. So that's quite good there. So it looks like on these tiles as well, you've got a mixture of inside buildings, obviously, and evening courtyard kind of feel to it. Yes. Then some of these should be in the main building as well, of sorts. Yeah. And these are all your markers and timers. the way this game works as well, obviously where it's got to do with vampires and stuff there as well, is this is your turn counter in a sense. It starts on daytime, ends on night time. And it's one of those, as long as you work during the day, you're generally good. As it gets darker, bigger, badder nasties come out and makes it more difficult. It's generally how that works. So that's that. Now, with all these tokens, markers and bits and bobs, what is the one thing you're going to want for them all? And would they supply it? That's a big question, isn't it? Well, here to answer you today is yes. You've got Ziploc bags. So these will probably be the most valuable thing in the box, considering this will keep all of your cards, tokens and gubbins all nicely safe and sealed and damage free as long as they stay in there. It's nice that they've started doing these with these games, because before it'll be a nightmare storing these things and trying to keep them safe, but thankfully not anymore. So that is actually the entire box now empty. All gone.
Oh.
All empty. But nice as well around the side of the box. There's a little bit of fluff in there. Not quite. No, it's empty. Round the side of the box as well, you have pictures of all the bad models. Not bad models, they're all good models, but the
Bad guys.
bad guys, yes. So that will also help when it comes to... That's a bit cheeky though. Look at that. They've done all that nice pictures and artwork, and then you've just got... We'll just take a random background picture and chuck them in. It's kind of like when you get a photo album of like, or a school photo, you've got that one person missing and just superimpose one person on to say he was there. So where was he during this photo? Why isn't he on there? What was he doing?
Also looks like it's a vampire bat out during the day.
Yeah, taking a day walk. That's bad as well, day picture of vampire. Explains the pale complexion. So, that is it. Also, obviously we'll join this. So also on the back of these boxes, they've got the usual everything to go with it and join the community and their pages and web pages and stuff there. And thankfully it always has this box contains bits. So always go through everything, make sure everything stayed on there is there, because if it isn't, you need it, don't you? So email Games Workshop, say I bought a copy, it's not all there, can you send me some bits? And thankfully they always do. Generally it'd be stuff like a couple of bases will be missing, or there might be one or two cards missing, and they'll help you happily send the replacements out. They're quite good with that. But that is everything then, obviously, because the box is empty. So that's what you get for... Excuse me. That's what you'll be getting for the about £125 worth of Warhammer Quest. Considering what you get in it, which is 60 models, to which, going by average Games Workshop prices, oh, that's a lot of money anyway. You've got the board tiles, 2 rule books, a 3rd rule book for playing AOS with it, to which, that in itself, you get to incorporate your models into another gaming system as well. Well, kind of same game system, but you know what I mean. Pretty good value for money. And looking at the rules, how the rules go, how it's all laid out, you shouldn't struggle too much. This will be a nice one, easy to pick up. The most you struggle up is trying to paint them all in time to actually get your games going. It'll be one of those, I want to play it so quickly, I won't paint them. But then you want to paint them, it'll take time. But we're here to help. So that's your unboxing video done. There's not really much else to cover of it. Only thing I we'll put on the end is a thank you for watching us, and sorry it's been so long, but we're back again. Next, not next, but the actual plan with Warhammer Quest now is next couple of videos. What?
Cursed.
Warhammer Quest, Cursed City. Thank you. The next thing we'll be doing with Cursed City will be painting the models. Once the models is painted, we'll do painting videos for the main heroes and villains. Once we've done those, we'll then do a playthrough video. Depending how that goes, we might end up doing the entire campaign and all the missions until the very end, just so we can get round to seeing what's in this, because that'd be quite nice. So we've got incentive to go through the campaign. So we'll hopefully be doing videos of that as well. But thank you for joining us. Please keep in touch. Usual like, comment and that kind of stuff. I've forgotten what it is, it's been a while, but you know, the usual stuff people do with YouTube videos and comments and malarkeys. But see you soon, and thank you very much for watching us tonight. Bye.